નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી.
Dear children, today we have to learn in standard 8 subject social science chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is Effect of the British Rule in India. Now our next topic is suspicion about the reform. Now dear children, what was the meaning of the suspicion? Suspicious, it means Sunday, Shanka. About the reform, reform it means change, Sudhara, done by the British government. When the William Bentinck came to the India as a Governor General, what happened, the dear children? Whenever the William Bentinck came to the India as a Governor General, slowly there was a widespread of general's pattern of the thinking. The influence of the change reaches to the people of the India. Now what happened there? At that time, the whatever the changes is there, these changes was read to the people of the India. The British ruler started taking the interest in the life of the people of the India. Now what happened that at time the British ruler started taking interest in the life of the people of the India. Lord William Bentinck achieved the respect in the better prosperity, making some benefit as a reformer. At that time, what happened that Lord William Bentinck achieved the respect for the better proportion by making the beneficial reform into the India. William Bentinck allotted the post Indians in the company administration. Now what happened there? Now William Bentinck gave the post as an administration to the people of the India in their company. The freedom of using the mother tongue was given to the people coming to demand justice in the courts. Now what happened there? Now Indian people has put the demand in the court that they have to use their mother tongue. It means they are using their mother tongue's language. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other social workers were constantly making effort for stop the evil of the practice in Sati Pratha. Now what happened then? At that time in the society, we know very well that so many social evils are spread in our society. That time Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other social workers were start the effort to stop the evil practice of the sati, and that's why we can say that the Bentinck gave a nod the effort and passed the law of 1829 to stop the sati practice. That's why we can say that Bentinck passed a law in 1829, in which year? In 1829, to ban the practice of the sati pratha. During the time of the Bentinck, the English ruler and social worker desired to remove the evil custom. At that time, what happened? That social worker and English ruler had tried to remove the evils and the custom from our Indian society. But the orthodox people had doubt regarding this issue. But the people who are orthodox, it means they have not properly thinking. They have old thinking pattern. That's why they were doubt regarding this reform. Company had passed a resolution spent 1 lakh rupees every year on education. Now what happened there? Now East India Company passes the law that in every year the 1 lakh rupees was spent in the education in India, but it was not implemented. But these things was not implemented in India. Finally, education committee was formed during the time of the Bentinck, and that's why what happened that during the William Bentinck time, one education committee was formed into the India. In the year 1834, dear children, which year? In 1834, Lord Macaulay introduced the English education in India. Who introduced the English education in India, dear children? This is the most important question. 1834, Lord Macaulay introduced the English education in India, and whatever you are studying presently, this whole education system was started by the Lord Macaulay. After the freedom, we are also same education system presently we are following up, and that's why what happened that in 1834 Lord Macaulay thought the English education in India, the educational method advocated by Macaulay would not benefit the youth of the India as it was thought of. Whatever the method was to be prepared and introduced by Lord Macaulay, it is not for the benefit of the Indian people for the education purpose. The Indian lost the advantage of learning of the old style of the education developed by their ancestors, and that's why what happened there, introducing of this Lord Macaulay education system to that, what happened that as an Indian people, we all are lost the advantages of the learning of the old style of education. Whatever this education was to be developed by our ancestors. English education started in India, and after what happened that now English education started in India. This method of the education was opposed. Mahatma Gandhiji called as that education of the slavery, and that's why what happened that in that time the Mahatma Gandhiji said that this kind of the education system is a education of the slavery. Slavery it means gulam banane ki pata. Later universities was established in 1857. What happened that in 1857 three universities were established by the Britishers due to the English education system. Britishers got literate Indian as they wanted. Why they established the university? Because whatever the requirement of the people for the class 3 and class 4 people for the administrative work, the Britishers got the literate Indian they are own self. Still, the India started acquiring this education as a nationalist base, started developed to free themselves. Due to the industrial revolution, the mills had to be kept working in the prosperous manner, and thus discovery a new machine started so as to meet the demand of the transportation of goods through the mode of the transportation and communication. Now what happened there? Due to the changes occurring into the foreign country, now the demand as well as the transportation of the goods and the modern transportation and communication was increasing into the India. It was thought that this will help trade in our country. Also, if it will be used, a military control will also be kept on. Now, what Britishers think that? Britishers think that if it was thought that it will help the trade in our country, if it will be used, the military control will be kept up. Keeping this aim in the mind, the railway was started in India, and that's why what happened that here the Britishers was also started the railway in India, and that's why in 1853, dear children, in which year? In 1853, the first railway in India started between the Mumbai to Thane. From Mumbai to Thane, first railway in India. Where? From Mumbai to Thane, 1853, dear children. And that's why modern method of the post and telegraph were implemented in the year 1854. And that's why what happened, dear children? In 1854, post and telegraph were introduced in India by the Britishers. In order to exchange the messages, the Britishers had their eye on every part of the huge countries like India, and that's why what happened that now Britishers had their eyes on the every part of the nations. Along with this, the use of press and newspaper increased in the country, and due to in this reform, what happened that here the press as well as the newspaper increased in our country. In this way, the reform made way actually for the benefit of the Britishers. Whatever the reform is done in India by the Britishers, this whole reform is done by the Britishers only for the purpose of their own benefit for the British ruler. But still, for the goal of the nationalism, it came as a blessing of the India. But second side, we have also get the benefit from that reform done by the Britishers, and that's why we can say that goal of nationalism, it came for the blessings of the Indian people. The class of the people having acquired the English education become familiar with the new trends of the world. And what happened that one class of the people having the acquired the English education become the familiar with the new trends of the world. It play an important role in national awareness, and that's why what happened that this class of the people who cope up with the new trend of the world, now they are doing the work of the awareness into the national level and bringing about the social reform in our country. The people of India came closer due to the post, telegraph and railway, and that's why, dear children, we can say that whatever the reform done by the British, due to that reform done in the post, telegram, railway, in newspaper, in the all the factor, in education sector. Due to that, what happened that now people of the India came to the closer with the each other. Thank you, dear children.
Thank you for joining us.